Welcome everyone, and in today's video we're going to talk about the 10 habits of successful people. I know a lot of people are interested into becoming successful, and the list that I'm going to cover is something that resonates to me, especially not because I went through the process of learning, reiterating and creating different successful businesses, but I think the more we try to become the best version of ourselves, the closer we're going to get there, and the faster as well. This list was created from Steve Burns from New Trader U. The link down below in the description is going to cover that article that I read. And let's go through the list and let's start. And I'm going to give you my opinion on all those different habits that you might be interested into learning on how to become that better version of yourself and to become more successful. And the first habit is goals. And goals is something that is really important for everyone. A lot of successful people have written down their goals and they see them and they look at them every single day at the beginning of the day, depending on their morning routine and the morning habits. Setting up the goals and writing down goals is the first step for you to understand where you want to go and break down the big goals into tangible goals, make them precise and also accountable, make them qualifiable so you know whether you hit that goal in that specific period of time or not, and what do you actually learn from there. In your subconscious you might come up with different solutions on that goal, so writing them down and not thinking and overthinking on them how to do them, maybe your mind is going to come with the solutions. This has been the first habit. Let's go to the next. Make sure you like the video, keep the thumbs up on the video. Number 2 is take responsibility. All successful people are responsible, and they understand that taking responsibility of their actions and their life only comes down to them. So even though there are different people or events and circumstances that happen in a person's life, successful people don't see that as something negative, and they have the ability to see and navigate that and find out the benefits, find out the actionable steps that need to be taken by them for them to go to the specific steps and target those goals that we talked about earlier. Being responsible, being in charge of your life is something that a lot of people need to start doing, and they need to start blaming the environment, start blaming the people around them for the life and the choices they've taken in the past that actually led them to the place where they are right now. This has been the second one. Let's go to the next. Number 3 is self-discipline. And self-discipline, especially coming from my own understanding in my own life, is something that is super valuable for everyone to do and see. That can be developed through different variations, that can be developed through regularity of going to the gym. Maybe it's something that you do on a day-to-day basis. Maybe it's the work that you do that creates that discipline that you need, and the discipline to start working on those problems early on in the day without delaying them, and not just being stuck with the emotions and being emotional in the different situations and not feeling like doing specific things. So the emotions are here to guide us, but they're not here to take the actions from us, and we should not take the actions when we are on a high, let's say, wave of emotion, or down below when we're feeling depressed. We always need to think about in a clear manner, and discipline and doing certain things that are actually going to prepare you into the steps that you need to take to go to the place that you want to go, and being disciplined to do that is something that is worthwhile. And then you're going to feel even better because you're taking that risk, you're taking that challenge, and you're doing the things that you need to do, and you're going to feel much better off than postponing that and procrastinating everything that you do and that you need to do in your day-to-day life. Let's go to the next habit. Number 4 is self-development. And I think self-development is a straightforward concept. A lot of people are into self-development. A lot of people are creating videos and content of self-development. But I think it's a switch in your mind, in your understanding of life. If you see life as a game, if you see life as a playground, and you need to learn things to go to the next step, you're always going to understand that life is about learning. Life is about learning the new things that you need to learn, because life is not static. Things are changing, and now you might be able to earn X amount of money, you're comfortable in that, but the market is changing, the technologies are changing, the job opportunities are changing and everything like that. So you need to be developing yourself to the best of your ability, so you have more and you're staying on top of the game. You're learning different things, either through courses, either through books. I think this is like a lifelong lesson, lifelong mission for every one of us to continue developing themselves. Otherwise, I think people are starting to get excuses on the choices they didn't take, onto the things that they didn't do. And this is going to come with a frustration later on in life. And I don't think that people need to experience that to take and understand that this is not really useful for them and not really something that they're going to be happy about. So self-development, super important. Focus on that. A lot of successful people are doing that on a constant basis. They go to conferences, they're reading books, they're doing private lessons. This is self-development. Number 5 is reading. And reading comes to that self-development also. I've touched it briefly onto the reading and going through courses, but reading is one of the cheapest ways for you to learn something new and to move towards the goals and the tasks that you need to do and the dream vision of you and the life that you have and the lifestyle. Even though books are not the cheapest thing to buy, you always can get a library card. You can always go to the library and learn a variety of topics. Internet is full of articles as well, and reading is the best way for you to learn the lessons without actually going through and experiencing life and doing the different stages of the trial and error process and navigating life through that perspective. It's always useful to stay on top of the game, stay on top of the discipline that you're interested or you're willing to become an expert and getting those steps. You always need to be on top of the market, on top of the trends, and reading books is going to give you the basis. Then you have to navigate that through the best way you can, but reading is something that successful people do, and I think a lot of people are doing right now as well. And I think we should always strive to learn more and strive to be better and better on a day-to-day basis. So reading helps that and helps you navigate life without you going through that specific steps, so you can learn through reading what other people have actually experienced. Number 6 is time management. And time management is really important because we only have 24 hours a day, and a lot of people and successful people have learned to use their time wisely. They know their hourly rate, they know what it costs for them to do the specific work, so they delegate all the things that they can outsource to somebody else. So they delegate different things, for example, household items, that maybe buying groceries, maybe cleaning the house. Successful people are not doing those things. They're subcontracting, let's say, to other people to take care of those things because they only have 24 hours a day. Something that I've used is as simple as it can be is Google Calendar. In Google Calendar you can allocate specific time of the day. Honestly, initially I was not really happy about having my days really structured, but it provided me so much clarity, it provided me ease of use and stress-free life, and also it showed me where in my day I have free space and I can allocate on creating videos, editing the videos and everything like that. So time management is important. A lot of successful people do it. Keep on top of your time, take care of your time, be in charge of your time, and navigate that in the best way you can. Number 7 is risk takers. And most successful people are risk takers. They always weigh the risk and the reward, but they know that if that's something that they want to do, they're willing to take the risk, even though they might fail. But failure is only a learning, and if we understand that learning is going to help us to that specific stage and the specific goal that we have already defined previously, risk is not really a risk. We're not risking anything, and honestly we are risking more if we stay in the same place, or we're not willing to open up and go out in the world and share what we have, share what we can give to others, and also go for the things that we want to go for in life. Every single successful person knows that. They go for the things that they want and for the goals that actually have written down for themselves. Be more risky, but do your research on the pros and cons on a specific task. Don't stay into over analyzing mode. Do the calculated risk, and let's go to the next. Number 8 is perseverance. And perseverance for me is important. This comes to a later point that I'm going to make, but You only can persevere if you really enjoy the thing that you're doing. Honestly, for my own life, I tried so many different things in specific areas that I enjoyed, I wanted to achieve, and I achieved them, but then I dropped them pretty fast because I was not happy about doing those things. Maybe it was just a mean to a goal, and then I need to move to the next step. Perseverance is something that we all need to do a little bit more of. This is why I'm doing the videos every week, and this is going to help me stay in the games, help me stay in front of people's eyes, and I'm going to find out the way of how to navigate that space. So you need to be still pushing and going through the specific steps. You should never quit until you achieve the result you achieve. So if you actually quit, you failed and you haven't learned all the things that you might have learned. This is perseverance. Let's go to the next. Number 9 is find a way to win. And this comes to perseverance. So if you persevered and you find a specific task or specific things that you didn't achieve the result and the outcomes that you wanted, you need to find the way for you to win. So you need to try something else, you need to optimize certain things, you need to try from a different angle, you need to ask different people, you need to get expertise more on a specific topic that you might not be able to understand fully. Successful people, they don't quit, and they always try to find the way and the right way towards that specific goal. Do persevere, always try to go for that goal, always try to find the right way for you to navigate that and to move towards the goal. Learn the lessons through the trial and error process, through trying different things, different strategies, talking to different people, but don't quit. That's the most important thing. Let's go to the final habit. And the final habit, number 10, is follow their passion. And successful people do follow their passion because they know that when things get hard, when things get rough, you only have your passion to rely on. So if you don't love what you do, you're always going to find an excuse of not doing it. Even though you might be doing that for money and you're needing money, you're not actually motivated on doing that because that's not something that you want to do, that's not something that you desire, that's not something that is your passion overall. And I've talked about passion in a previous video of mine. I think passion is the first thing, because if you know your passion and you go through the different steps and the different habits, passion is the main component. Because if you know your passion and you're passionate on doing things, even though you might be hitting walls in terms of conversation, rejections on specific contracts, or going through client meetings and just being said no and no and no, but if you know that you provide value, that's your passion, you want to give yourself out to the world and to help people, you're going to navigate that, you're going to come back stronger, and then things actually start happening and working because you persevered, you found a specific way of things how to do. And that is super important. I think passion is the most important thing from the whole list. Those have been the 10 habits of successful people. Thanks a lot everyone for watching. Let me know what you think about the video down below and the specific habits. Share it with your friends. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate everyone who watched and subscribed. I hope this video is a starting point for everyone to understand or maybe re-hear those habits, those things that we all need to stay on top of in a day-to-day life and help us, propel us to achieve the goals that we want to achieve and to become those better versions of ourselves that we all strive for. Thanks a lot everyone for watching once again, and I'll see you next. Bye.